Okay.
All right, we did that.
We did it.
Hello, and welcome to the FableFew podcast, the only podcast ever. I'm a new voice, Gray, as
You are.
was so
You're not here with us
fondly.
last week.
No, I wasn't. I was there with you in spirit and in gossip. Y'all had a lot to say.
Person that's new.
I wasn't here last week.
Oh
either.
yeah.
Yeah, and we got Moke as well. You might know her from the videos that she does for other YouTube artists as like their what would you call them, Moke?
Typography videos, because that's what they're classified as.
Right.
I don't know
so
what
you might
that
know her
means,
for her
but good for you.
typography videos.
Oh,
So-
it's been a week, lads.
It has been a
It
week
has been a week.
since the last
When
time.
exactly? Maybe.
Maybe.
Time
I
is
don't.
hard
It
to
has
keep
not been
track
a week
of.
Who
exactly
knows?
since we
I don't know.
recorded
We
for
last
sure.
recorded on the day we uploaded the video, so I don't.
We did.
We recorded
the day
it.
we did it-
We recorded on Saturday.
Yeah, we recorded
Oh,
last
yeah.
Saturday.
Y'all could have told me you recorded an hour ago, and I'd believe you. Time is non-existent.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Time isn't real.
Yeah. Time does
Time
not
is
exist anymore as far as anyone's concerned.
Who even is time?
Who is time?
some
Time
old
for you to
guy.
get a watch.
Do we know who
Oh.
is this 4chan?
Oh Lord,
when
The hacker
doing that,
group
huh?
known as 4chan.
we're doing that.
the
We're doing that, huh?
when I was in school, the instead of time to get a watch, the saying was time to practice because I was in band. And that was,
Ah.
and
Really?
so the demand
fucking
changed, so
nerd.
it was time to practice because no one knew how to do that. It was very difficult to learn how to
I
practice.
mean, as another band kid, I can absolutely attest to the fact that I never practiced fucking once.
I never practiced.
You.
Oh.
Listen,
I
I may not have practiced ever, but I was top chair at clarinet, so.
I was the
You.
most obnoxious seated chair in orchestra. Can you guess what that was?
First violin.
Yeah,
Violin. He was
that was
violin.
first violin.
Oh my god.
That's
I was
something that I
first
didn't know
violin.
about you. I didn't know you played violin.
Did I?
Yeah, I
didn't
did.
know
I
you
played it for like
violin.
8 years. I played for 8 years. I was first violin, and that explains why I'm like this.
That does
It does.
explain everything.
It
about
does
you.
explain a lot, yeah.
Now,
I'm-
I never practiced. I was
You.
never in band.
I
Okay,
was.
okay.
I was
Well,
never
I
in
now
also
band.
wasn't in
you have an
band.
excuse.
I
You debated me.
I was in musical theater and choir though, but I can also attest that I never practiced. I did my line reads, but I never practiced. Listen, I was a soprano. Anyone that knows anything about choir will
Oh.
immediately know anything about me.
Yeah, I was also a
high
soprano.
soprano.
Oh, I was a high soprano as well.
Yeah, I
Wow,
remember
we're really the most
we weren't in the
obnoxious
same choir
ones.
class.
Oh yeah.
To be fair, in the case of like not practicing ever, I personally felt like I was skilled enough with the amount of time that band classes had dedicated to practicing. And I just never really needed to bother.
Yeah.
See, like we'd have
Think
like
that.
we'd do like group practice, but then like every single time that we would start playing or rehearsing a song, we would have to stop the entire band several times because it was like the trumpets. You just have to play this note. You did the practice, right? And they would go, and then we'd start over. And he's like, all right, make sure to hit those
You
notes.
know, like
and
a
then
liar.
we'd start over like a couple bars back, and then we just and it's like trumpets. That's not what that's supposed to sound like.
I just thought of a really dumb joke.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Aries, Gray, you said you two are sopranos, right?
Yes.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I'm a SpaghettiOs too.
I love that you
Okay,
had to stop
yeah.
the show for that. That was a real
Sure.
showstopper. Thank you for sharing that.
Oh,
You truly
this
have
is what
earned
you've been
the title
missing,
of
folks.
clown.
Yeah, this is what you get.
For all
frankly,
You get
the
this.
first
I'm just-
episode that you
This is
missed.
your grand reward for being loyal for 2 whole
Frankly,
episodes.
Yep.
I'm just
This is gonna be my
impressed that
magnum
you made a
opus. I'm
joke
gonna-
without using the funny mic.
I'm gonna
without
get it.
without using
That
the
is
mixed board.
extremely fair.
I'm gonna get
We
it.
are not allowing
No, the funny mic
I'm gonna
is
get
banned.
this joke hanging
Yeah,
on
sorry,
the
you got to be
wall.
funny on your own now.
The funny
I'm gonna
mic and
get the joke
soundboard
hanging
are
on the
banned.
wall, and it'll just say soprano. Why not SpaghettiO?
Oh.
But
And now I'm gonna eat chips.
Don't do that.
Oh God.
Don't,
what was
dude.
it
You,
that you said?
you better not.
Hey, what was it you said when you came late for our like little fucking call meeting, peeking behind the curtain here?
Oh,
What was it you said?
I don't
Oh,
remember.
it was
I
a, it
don't-
was, it was a, it
The
was like a,
existence
like,
of meatball
yeah. If
subs
there's a meatball sub, that
pertains
means
to
there
the
means
existence of meatball
yeah,
doms.
What's
Oh,
who's the
I got it,
meatball
I got
dom?
it. Yeah. If there are meatball subs, that implies there are meatball doms.
That was an incredible thing to interject when we were having a business meeting. It was very good.
a very
A serious
important
business
That you were
meeting.
late to.
You were late
You were
too.
late.
That you were not
told-
you were not scheduled to be there.
I told you guys I was gonna be late because I was playing D&D.
we thought
Yeah,
we thought you
enter
just
the
weren't going to
call
be there
where-
at all.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
we
gonna
were-
show up.
I had Alex start doing stenography so that in case you weren't able to show up, because I wasn't sure how long the meeting would take. I was thinking roughly an hour. If it took longer than that, then we were just gonna have notes for you.
Right.
Instead, you
Yeah.
come in as loud as possible, yell, "There's meatball subs!" That implies the existence of a meatball dom! And then we all broke down into hell.
Meatball doms are
Immediately,
just
Gray's all like, obviously,
Italians.
spaghetti.
And we're all
Spaghetti is the
doomed.
meatball dom. I just did a mic spike for no fucking reason.
Thanks.
I'm sorry.
Well, we're all
Make sure to cut your audio.
we're all recording our own audio now. So
Well,
now
I'm not
all
better,
the now all we
so-
got to do now is just it won't like it doesn't kill everyone else when you mic spike.
Oh, thank God. God, listen, the reason I want to learn Audacity or use it is because I need my gay Bowser voice to really shine through.
Oh,
course.
of course.
Oh, absolutely.
Here's a little secret for y'all. The entire time, I was trying my hardest not to call Bowser Browser, which is what I call him every
That's
other
fair.
day of my life.
Browser.
I have to make sure to enunciate really hard, or else I'm gonna slur it into browser as well.
I do that no matter what. I just
I can't believe
I do it on
Bowser
purpose.
invented
I have
people.
well now that's just malicious.
That's
I
just
mess up I
low.
mess up my words all the time, but that's just because I'm a dummy and I have no shame.
You have no shame.
No. I did
You're not the
I
one
did
with the
let's plays
clown
when I was in
avatar.
elementary school. I fear no man.
That is fair. That is fair.
I was
That's-
in.
oh,
elementary
that reminds
school?
me.
Yeah, I
A
recorded
tiny baby
using
Alex?
I recorded using like Camtasia split off recording software because I couldn't get Fraps. Because Fraps was the big thing at the time.
That reminds me.
Fraps
I have
was
a
the big
question.
thing.
But I recorded like
That pertains-
Super Mario World on like an SNES emulator, and the way I recorded audio is I had a headset mic that was really bad. Eventually evolved to a Rock Band microphone that I put into a coffee cup. And then if
You did
I
what?
That's
when I
better than
record
setup
my
now.
microphone before I got a Blue Yeti for the first time in like middle school, I used a Rock Band or Guitar Hero microphone, one of those two. It was probably Rock Band because I don't think Guitar Hero had microphones. But I had a Rock Band microphone and I just plugged it in USB and then just sat it in a coffee cup so it would stay stable. Because it was just a game microphone, so it's just you had to either hold it or put it in something.
I'm not gonna lie,
is
that's a way better
amazing.
setup than
It was
what I have
actually
right now.
real-
I was
it was
gonna say that's
actually
a better
really
setup than
serviceable.
what some of us currently have.
But
Yeah,
I
that's struggle for
when,
us.
now hold on. When recording Let's Plays, if I had a guest commentator, I would set the microphone in front of the speaker, and then the microphone would be halfway in the middle between me and my speakers, and the guest commentator would just come through the speakers with my game audio, and that's how I recorded audio. It was all just my microphone picking up
Oh my
everything.
god,
oh,
Oh
God.
boy.
baby.
This was before Minecraft
That's
was
rough,
in
buddy.
alpha. It was before Minecraft was in beta. It was that old.
Oh,
It was
shit.
back when that was
just
back when I
That's-
played.
that's just-
That was back when I played Roblox legitimately as a child because Minecraft was a new concept, a new and foreign concept,
wow.
and it cost money. So I was like, "There's no way I'm gonna pay for Roblox game."
I just enjoy the concept of baby Alex sitting at a table.
Oh,
screaming
it wasn't
at
good.
Super Mario
Oh, it was
World.
it was back when we had the family computer and it was a Windows Vista.
Oh God.
I have
So
to ask.
I had to do it when there
Is
was
it
no one
still
else in the
uploaded?
house, or I knew that I would not be like listened to, and I was in like the kitchen.
I have to ask.
Hmm.
Is it still uploaded?
No.
Can I find it? Damn it. Damn
Is
it.
there any way I
Damn.
can go to the Wayback Machine? And
No.
No!
Hey, you don't know that for certain.
Please.
You
I
don't
played
know about the Wayback
one of my
Machine.
when I finally got audio that wasn't just my speakers. When I realized you should put headphones on and record your mic separate from your desktop and co-commentator audio. I played Cube, Qube, and it was like a Portal puzzle game, but it was more physics based, and that game infuriated me because the last physics puzzles made me so mad. Because I knew the solution,
Okay,
but it
so
was
if we
a
get-
physics test.
I would have
If we
loved to
reach
watch
a
Baby Alex play
1,000,
Cube.
if we reach 1,000 subs, Alex is going to release those.
I don't have them
videos.
anymore. I didn't archive
Oh.
anything. As soon as
Alex
I
is
upload-
going to recreate. Alex is
I'll-
going to
I'll
dramatically
redo-
recreate.
You know what?
them.
I'll let's
10-year-old
play
playing
Super
Roblox.
Mario World on an SNES on ZSNES, and then I'll record it using Camtasia, and then I will. I never did hypercam or webcam Let's Plays though. I didn't go that far.
I still have
I
my
don't know what
old
those words
cringy
mean,
League of
but
Legends
okay.
montages.
Oh lord.
Oh,
Anyone
Okay, I
can
have a
find my
question.
DeviantArt if they try hard enough.
oh Lord! Don't remind me of my fucking Homestuck Ask blog. Don't remind me.
My,
I haven't deleted it
I
yet.
will remind you every day
No.
if I have to.
My Windows Vista was so bad because that Windows Vista eventually got moved to my room when no one else realized they cared about the computer anymore. So I got it moved into my room with a real clunky bad desk, and then it was that thing could barely run Portal on the lowest settings. I got like 15 frames per second.
God.
Oof.
Oh wow, my baby
Oh, boy.
laptop could do better than that. That's
Yeah, it
almost
wasn't. The
impressive.
Windows Vista was not a good machine.
No.
I cried to Lily on the phone while trying to salvage my laptop that I'm using right now from the
Resurrecting it.
grave.
I had
Resurrecting it.
I
Bring
had
it
to
back
walk
from
him
the
through
dead.
step by step on how to resuscitate that poor.
I'm
thing.
very bad at these things. I do have a question for you gamers since we're in the mood.
What's
Oh.
up?
Now this is getting a little political,
Oh shit.
but does wanting to fuck Raymond from New Horizon make you a furry?
Yes.
Discuss.
Yeah. Yeah.
Discuss.
Yeah,
I think I just spiked my mic. Just how aggressively I said that.
Passion. Okay, hear me. No. Hear me out. Hear
I'm
me out.
hearing.
It's an anthropomorphic.
No, I'm not. There's no way you
Listen.
can justify
Listen,
why
listen,
you
listen,
fuck this
listen.
cat and
I'm
not
not justifying it. I'm not justifying
No,
it.
let Gray talk.
Counter
Let
argument.
Gray talk.
Thank you. Mwah. Love you.
I
Anyway.
don't want to hear him talk. I have to hear him talk
No.
every day of my life.
And whose fault is that? It's yours. Okay, anyway. Now, what are they called? The gaijukis or something?
Jinkas.
Gajikas?
Pachinko.
Jinkas.
Pachinko.
Yeah, the pachinkos.
The furry. They're basically just the humans with cat ears, basically.
Yeah, the Jinka.
Okay. But that's normie, right? Furries
Very
aren't,
normie.
aren't
It's
normie.
very normie because you're
Yeah,
you're
it's not-
just admitting that you'd fuck the cat.
Bringing
You
it
don't
back
wanna
to
admit to being a
bringing it
fucking
back
furry.
to bringing it back to Portal 2. It's just Wheatley human Sona.
Oh god, you're
It's
right.
the
There's-
same
there's-
thing. There's many a post bringing this up.
Listen, I don't
I
need to
haven't seen
relive
any
that.
of
I was
them.
on Tumblr in 2011. I don't need any reminders.
All right,
Wait,
Gray,
you were
explain this to me.
there.
Who,
Yes.
Like, who is
Okay,
this
thank
character?
you.
Raymond Animal
It's
Crossing?
Raymond Animal Crossing. Raymond
He's
Animal Crossing.
He's the cat with glasses.
With
He's a cat
heterochromia.
with
He's got that
vest
heterochromia,
with
yeah.
heterochromia, and I remember when I saw his design, I'm like, okay, Twitter's going to be very horny for this cat.
I don't think
I
get
called
this.
it.
The discourse surrounding Raymond is what really fascinates
The
me.
don't
discourse
think I get
surrounding
it.
Raymond is my
Alright.
favorite because it delved into if being a twink was a privileged position.
All right.
Do what?
Explain
God.
You cannot
Hold
make
on,
that
hold on.
shit up.
Explain this to me one more time, because I'm not visualizing it well.
Okay.
Okay, Gray,
Who?
go.
Describe Raymond?
Yeah, describe Raymond because I'm not visualizing it well. All right.
Okay. So, he's an accountant.
You got me.
Important.
Right.
He's smug.
You lost me.
At this point, we should move
Yeah.
on because Jordan's going to make this bit last too long.
If you let me
fair.
go
We
on
will
forever, I'll let
Run
you
it
go on
in
forever.
run it into the dirt until it's dead, and then you beat the dead
Imagine
horse.
the most generic, what's it called? A gotcha
Alright.
pretty boy,
Yeah.
and then give it heterochromia and
I-
cat eye and
I,
cat
I'm
ears,
not
and there you
getting. I'm
go.
not getting this.
Yep.
Okay, I want to learn
Okay,
food
so
from
like,
this
so
call.
like,
Ban
so
her
like,
from-
I'm going to
here,
ban
I got it,
join the server.
I got it. I really do have it.
I'm
So
gonna
like,
ban
you know
join
how
from the
people
server.
like
I'm
the
tired of
mummy
this.
cat? You know how people want to fuck the mummy cat? It's the same thing, but this one's in a business suit.
The mummy cat?
Anka from
Yes!
Animal Crossing?
What?
There's a mummy cat named Cleo.
Oh,
It's Anka.
Cleo.
It's
I thought you-
Anka.
I thought you were
Actually,
talking about Anka
It's
from
Anka.
Animal Crossing.
it's Anka. It is. That's what I was
Anka,
saying.
her name's
It's the same.
Anka.
It's the same situation, but this time the cat's in a
Okay.
business
Fake
suit.
gamer.
So,
God.
so what's the difference between Anka
I
and this
regret
character?
bringing this up.
They're not
Not-
taste.
Taste.
Taste
I
one
need to
the
hear-
boy cat, which
I need to
means
hear it from
Ashley's gonna
Gray.
get
Preference.
Because I think Gray knows more about this than anybody else. What's the difference between Anka and this character, Gray?
Aesthetic?
You lost me.
Yeah, I know.
She's
Yeah,
just gonna
trust
keep
me.
going.
Yeah,
You're
well,
not
yeah.
gonna win
Bits,
this one.
bits over.
Tap out.
Bits over.
No,
It's
So,
over.
no.
No,
Listen.
I have a story.
Listen.
Oh?
If we can get Mook to finally understand aesthetic, that would be great for us.
No.
Did you just call me
Too
Mook?
No.
Yeah, that's how you pronounce your name.
too lost to the clown.
You
Aesthetic.
added-
If
you
It's
we
added
can
over.
get
additional
Mook to
O
finally
my
develop a
name.
sense of taste,
I
if we could get Mook to finally develop a sense of taste, maybe they won't be a clown fucker anymore.
No,
Maybe she
too-
won't.
too deep
she
in the
won't wanna
clown.
fuck clowns.
Nah, I'm
Too deep in the clown.
I'm too deep in the
Got
clown
lost
for
in
you.
the sauce.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Is clown sauce cream pie filling or is it seltzer? Discuss.
Wait, what?
What did
What?
you
What?
just
Is
say to
clown-
me?
Is clown sauce
I'm not doing this.
the
I'm
cream
not
pie
strong
filling
enough.
that you
I'm
like shove in someone's face, or is it
strong enough.
seltzer?
Clown sauce.
Clown sauce. Okay,
The
here
what?
we go. Not.
No,
Clown
don't
sauce.
No,
let
no, no,
him
no,
have
no,
this.
no.
Let me have
No.
this.
I want the
Let me
forbidden
have
knowledge.
this.
I'll accept the
No,
mental toll this will
absolutely
take
not.
on
I
me.
very much
What
like
is
the
that?
forbidden knowledge as well, please.
Okay. I said Mook was lost in the clown sauce.
Oh.
Now, there's been a
okay.
resurrection of clown fuckers.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just asking.
A
You know when a clown
resurrection.
shoves like a pie in someone's face?
Yes.
Would that be the clown sauce or would it be the seltzer from the silly flower?
Oh,
I'd say
okay.
Discuss.
I would
it's the
say it's the filling. Yeah. The
Yeah.
pie filling.
No, it's wrong. It's the blood of children.
Oh.
Oh,
Fucking
I
idiot.
see. You're doing one of those things.
I do enjoy that there is an insurrection of clown fuckers and that I am partially responsible for it.
You are.
You
partially
are
responsible.
so responsible, and I hate that I know you and know that you are responsible.
Honestly, the fact that Ares knows you should be taken as a threat.
Because we are associated as people. That means that I am responsible, as well.
I
I
mean-
know
Everyone
you.
out there, be sure to look up Rule 34 clowns.
Don't do that.
Do that.
I
don't
highly
harsh.
encourage it.
Don't.
I highly
Don't say you
discourage.
about yourself.
We
I
could have
highly
children
discourage.
listening to this.
I highly encourage.
I
I
will
don't
not
want
be
children
responsible.
listening to this.
This is a mature podcast. We said fuck in the first episode. We can't be having
That's
We
children.
did
true.
say fuck.
We
it.
cannot
I
be
said
advertising
fuck in
to
this
children.
episode.
We are not
Long
child.
haul.
We are not child friendly.
Just like how I'm
not
telling all of you gamers out there to go to rule34.com
Don't.
and search
I'm not
up
telling
clowns.
you
Gamers
that.
don't.
I'm not telling
Gamers
you
just
that.
continue.
Don't go to Rule
Gamers just
34.com.
continue watch.
You
Just
know what
continue.
you're gamers.
If you're
I'm
not
breaking our
old
meta
enough-
rule.
If you're
I'm
not
breaking our
old
meta
enough
rule.
No,
Yeah, if you're not
to
old
know
enough.
what Rule 34 is, don't look it up.
Yeah, if you're not.
I'm
if you're not
breaking
old
our
enough for
meta
that,
rule
so-
so that
But we
we just
18
have
plusers,
Jordan
we know.
muted the entire podcast, and then it's like, well, sorry, technical difficulties, and then we don't put out this energy into the world.
No, we're gonna
And we
put
make
it
it
out
a
in the
little
world.
cleaner.
No mistakes. One cut.
We're gonna put it
Oh,
out to the
okay.
world just like I put out all of my clowns.
So like the
up.
I'm gonna
Pussy.
100% discourage this, and gamers, you should just go back to watching people play Valorant in the hopes that you get to play Valorant. Okay? Just
going
Make
to
sure to
encourage this
go-
unsubscribe
because
down
it's
below.
like-
just go play
Dislike
Valorant
this video.
and just don't. That's the
We're taking
new
up
thing.
entirely too much time on clown porn.
That's why I'm moving on. That's why I'm trying to move the topic
Dislike
onto.
this video.
I have
Comment
so,
down below how much you hate us.
I
Don't do
have
that.
a story.
Oh.
I
Oh.
went shopping today because
Oh yeah.
we're in the middle of a pandemic, as most people know, and if you're in the future and survived, congratulations. But
Yay.
that
Is
means
that really an accomplishment?
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I'm not in the future yet. Comment down below if
fair.
you're in the future and it's an accomplishment. Anyway.
Comment down below calling someone a slur.
Anyway, I was at Walmart, the popular American grocery
sexy.
location.
What a funny coincidence! I was also at Walmart.
Oh yeah, really?
This is
What
a
funny
good bit.
coincidence. I was
I
also
like
at
the
Walmart.
now the
bit.
bit I don't like the bit anymore. I like the bit when it was two people living together pretending that they don't, but now there's just another person who literally doesn't live with them. So it's just a real coincidence.
All right.
Anyway, so we were checking out at this Walmart, and it was like packed because there's like too many lines and everyone has to stand so far away from each other. And there was this girl, I'd seen her earlier, she was buying like drapes or something. Really weird, but really bulky shit, right? Like really obvious things in her cart. So I was talking to Lily as she was scanning our items, and I just see this chick like running behind me out of the corner of my eye. And she just books it just right through, right past the 3 people that work at the self-checkout. Through the self-checkout, out the exit. Past the 2 people that have to stand guard to count how many people are in the building because of the coronavirus.
Wait, with the cart?
With the cart full of items.
Oh,
hold
Lord.
On. To give a bit more credence to this, she didn't book it. She just walked through.
No, she was booking it. I would describe her walking manner as booking.
Is it like a
it's
fast
not
walk?
Booking is not like a full-on sprint. Booking is like a speed walk where you're trying to be casual, but anyone that looks at you too hard knows that you're trying to get somewhere without being too obvious. That's booking it.
I love how you describe walking in the most suspicious way possible because of your plethora of experience.
Listen, I knew as soon as I saw her moving from her position, waiting in line, that she was up to something. But I have to appreciate the hustle.
Did they catch her?
No. She was in front of us. We watched her get all the way to her car, load the items into her car, and back out.
Yeah, she left. Nobody gave a shit.
My biggest problem with all of this, because honestly, I don't give a shit. My biggest problem with this is that she left her cart in the middle of the lane.
See, now that's just rude.
So
that's
so eager to leave.
She was so eager to leave and not get caught. She couldn't put her cart in front
Man,
of her.
the lack of just any sort of decorum.
I love
Shameful.
that period of time.
See, I could have forgiven
where,
the stealing. I couldn't have forgiven that.
Sure,
I could absolutely forgive the stealing.
I love that period of time where she's loading things into the car, because that takes a while, and still nobody gave a shit.
No one was following her. The closest people to following her was us, because as we were walking out, I was talking to Lily, and I was like, I almost want to walk up to her and, congratulate her.
Like, good job.
This is like, she
Ocean's
looked
11.
like just she was the most inconspicuous person because she was just stereotypical white girl. She had a nose piercing. She had
brown hair.
Brown hair with the blonde highlights.
Oh, excellent.
A classic Texas white woman.
I would have mistaken her for my sister from behind.
That's not a compliment.
Just straight up, just the most generic white girl you can imagine.
See, the weirdest thing here is that of all things to steal, she stole drapes.
Yeah, it was curtain rods. She wasn't even stealing cool shit.
Listen, sometimes
if I were to
you
steal
just need to redecorate.
If I were to steal something, I'm going in and taking all of that fucking Yu-Gi-Oh cards, dude.
They don't have Yu-Gi-Oh
just
cards at our
clear the
Walmart.
shelf of Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Do you have Yu-Gi-Oh cards at your Walmart? They usually have them by the checkout.
Yeah, they have a big card rack.
I think we
They've had
have
Yu-Gi-Oh
Pokemon
cards
here.
in my Target for years now.
I'm more outraged about this.
If you want Yu-Gi-Oh cards, for whatever reason, we have a shitload in our garage.
Yeah.
Everyone just has a pile of old trading cards everywhere for some reason.
Mail them all to me because I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh with my brother, and I just have an obsession with trying to make the most dumb deck possible and beating him with it.
You're not gonna find them in our cards.
They're the
I don't care how bad the
printed.
quarantine gets.
That'll work.
I'm not playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
It's still dumb.
I don't care how fucking long this quarantine lasts. I'm not watching JoJo.
Really? JoJo's fun. It's just gay porn.
Yeah.
JoJo's not
Oh,
anime. It's
okay,
just gay
first of all,
porn.
Don't insult gay porn like that.
Oh,
At least gay
Listen,
porn
there's
has
literally-
more consistency.
There's so many scenes where it's just one man gingerly cradling another man in his arms as he looks wistfully into his eyes.
Okay, but like at least gay porn has consistency.
What do
Like
you mean?
it doesn't
at least gay
betray
porn
its
has
own
consistency?
rules.
Hold
Listen.
on.
I
JoJo doesn't
literally-
It
betray
doesn't betray its own rules.
I have literally seen gay porn
Okay, hold on,
that
hold on,
is
hold on,
just
hold on.
someone shoving
Okay,
up their dick through a pizza box and giving an
hold
old
on,
man
hold on,
a heart
hold on.
attack.
Hold on.
Don't give
hold
me
on,
that shit if
hold on.
gay porn has consistency.
Hold on.
Well, hold on.
There are okay. Hold on.
Hmm?
Aren't stands supposed to be invisible?
Yes, but if
people
you
What
are
about
able
the
to
boat?
if you can
What
use
about
a
the
stand,
boat?
The
if you
boat?
can use a
The
stand,
boat.
Couldn't
no one
everybody
would've, no
see
one
the
would've
boat?
seen the boat except the stand users.
Couldn't everybody see the boat though? It was a boat.
most
Hey.
of I think as the series goes on, more and more people are stand users. Is the
Yeah.
thing.
Not to mention, one, there's unawakened stand users, so you could very easily just push to the side. It's like, oh, that person just may or may not have a stand in the future. That's a lazy excuse.
That's a veil.
But second, some stands are just visible to people.
Yeah, there are ones that are
What?
like that like have
Why?
the ability
Where's
to,
the
and it's like
rule?
a special
Where's
thing.
the consistency? And
It's
wasn't there a thing like
usually-
Dio's blood like turns you into a vampire, but then like
That's
one
a
of
mask.
the Joes.
That's a mask.
That's a
Yeah,
mask.
that's a mask. That's a mask
That's
that
like
you put
a-
on your
that's
face
an
and it turns you
ancient
into a
artifact.
vampire.
That's an ancient artifact made by an old species of Aztec vampires.
Yeah, the thing about JoJo is the first 2 seasons
Where
are
can I
trying to be
find
something
gay porn
else,
like that?
and
It's on
then
Netflix.
when the like the first 2 seasons are just like or parts, because they're not, the part 1 and 2 are their
It's
own.
part 1
are
and
the-
part 2.
Yeah, they're just like back then Araki was just like, I'm gonna make a shonen anime, or I guess
He was
manga.
trying to make Fist of the North Star
Yeah,
with vampires.
yes, exactly. And then after part 3, when part 3 came out, he's like, I'm gonna try to do something else, and he did, and he's like, I like this more.
If I remember, I think he was
I
directly
respect that.
told that his idea didn't work.
Yeah.
You need to do something
It
else.
started to run
Ouch.
dry because he kind of just defeated the source of the problem at the end of part 2. He kind of
Yeah.
fixed it.
Listen,
I don't care how bad the
I'm-
quarantine gets. I'm not playing Danganronpa.
That's
that's
fair.
yeah,
That's a
alright.
lot more fair.
I
I
can
will
forgive you for that one.
I'll say what everyone's thinking. Joseph is the best JoJo.
Joseph is the best JoJo.
This is
Have you
why
seen
I
part
don't-
4?
This is why
I
I
was
don't
not
watch
thinking
JoJo,
that.
because I know if I do, I'm going to end up thinking something stupid, and I'm going to get in an argument with you two, and it's going to be a losing argument.
That's how it'll be.
I'm already in a
It's gonna
losing
be a
argument with
losing
these
argument.
two, and
you
it's
don't even
so
have that
fun.
much faith in yourself.
Yeah,
Not that I can- it's not
my
that I don't
future
have
my
arguments
future
that you
opinion will
lose.
be shot down for being
It's not-
pretty much wrong.
No, it's not that I don't have enough faith in myself to win the argument. It's that I don't have enough faith in you guys to let the argument go until
Oh.
Damn,
That's fair.
That's more fair.
called out.
Yeah.
But also, my question still remains: have you two seen part 4 yet?
No,
I've
we
seen
haven't.
Part 4. I still think Joseph in part 2 is a lot more fun of a character.
I think
I'm
Josuke's a
not-
better boy.
Josuke.
I
like
just,
Josuke so
as
much.
far as I'm concerned, so far in part 3, I think Joseph is neat. He's just
Yeah.
very loud, carries a Gatling gun everywhere he goes.
I haven't seen part 4, but I'll say all I have just so I can say it's shit and make you guys mad.
That's
It
fair.
doesn't affect me
mean-
at all because you gave me the context that you don't have no idea what you're talking about.
Wait,
you're just
hold on.
inciting
I know how to
anger.
make everybody mad. You are like baby. Watch
Yeah,
this,
on-
Jordan.
On Twitter, you could get away
You
with
were-
that, and people
hey.
would get.
No,
people,
let
people would
Cam,
interact.
this is Cam's
Hold on,
specialty.
yeah, look, I want to see.
Oh, yeah.
I
This
want to
is
see
my
Cam. I
specialty.
want to
Hold
see
on, I'm going
Cam's
on my- I'm go-
fire starter.
I'm going onto my NSFW Twitter right now and typing JoJo sucks.
Okay, but, okay.
Well, that's your problem.
That's your
your
problem. That's your
problem.
cross to
Done.
bear. Okay, great.
Let's
Hit
see
us.
Make
Great.
everybody
Great.
mad.
Hold, shh, great. Hit us.
Ryuji is worst boy.
Wow.
How dare you?
Did that hurt your soul a
Come
little bit when
to
you said
my
it to betray your
podcast.
own belief like that?
You
I
you
am
are
a
so
turncoat.
willing to incite rage in me that you not only come after the best and worst treated boy ever created in history, but you also betray your own beliefs of Ryuji being best boy.
I think it's what Ryuji would want. I think I think he'd want me to antagonize you.
Ryuji would call himself the worst boy, maybe.
He
Maybe.
would. That's very on brand. But that
Aw.
doesn't mean he's right.
No.
So I think that this is a good opportunity
Oh,
for
I
AJ
love starting drama.
AJ's going to roast a whole pot of coffee using their own rage, and then we'll be right back.
All right.
Hold
We'll
on.
be right
Before
We'll
we
be back
go,
after.
That right there was that was the end. So stop your
Hold on.
recordings now.
Oh, damn. Alright. Started recording.
All right.
Okay.
And
We're
welcome
back.
back to Bad Takes.
Yeah.
I
Extremely
have so many
bad
more
takes.
to go through.
Well, I have a bad take. Here we go.
Oh, please.
Lilo from Lilo and Stitch.
God, we talked about this last week.
Last episode.
I know.
You
I
can't
just
do
had to
it
bring it
again.
In case anyone listening doesn't know what that is,
I love
it was
Lilo.
some weird Tumblr lady who decided that a traumatized 6-year-old is abusive for being a traumatized 6-year-old and made the most lost perspective, like completely void of humanity post about it, and everyone clowned on her for a week, as she deserves. I don't know what she's doing now, and honestly, I don't want to know.
She's an animator at Disney.
Oh no.
So, I did want to bring that up mostly
no.
just because, like, I think it's interesting how people who grew up on places like
We
Tumblr
talked
are
about
like,
this last week. We also talked
know.
about how
They're just-
I had a bunch of opinions on Fire Emblem, which is
You do
another
have
lot
a
of
lot of
hot
opinions on Fire Emblem.
take. My biggest opinion is that Dimitri and Claude should kiss, and that's it.
My biggest
That's all I'm
opinion on
getting
Fire
into.
Emblem is that it sucks.
I noticed that Dimitri
I
and
mean, you're
Claude don't
right.
have S ranks with the male Byleth.
I like
But
They
Eagledart
don't, and I
has
hate
S
it, and
rank
it's
with female
homophobia.
I
Byleth.
like when the Fire Emblems. I've never played one of the games.
I like when the Fire's Emblem. I don't know. I never played that.
I never.
I like
played
when
them
the emblem
games.
catches on fire.
Byleth Fire Emblem.
The
It's,
I had a
Listen,
oh, I had my
I have
hot,
so
my bad
many
hot take.
opinions.
The only
Oh,
good
oh,
video
please.
game is the indie smash hit My Summer Car on Steam.
Oh,
That's
you're
not a
right.
bad
not
take.
a hot take.
Alex!
That's
No,
right.
like it's a
remember-
good,
Only
it's
video
like
game.
it's a good game.
Just like
It's,
we are the
but
only
the bad
podcast
take is that
that's a
it's
good
the
game.
only good and valid video game. There are plenty of other
Alex.
ones.
You're right.
Name
Alex,
any other
no,
game.
no,
Celeste.
give me a second, okay? Alex, I saw you playing
Fucking
that
got
game.
you.
I saw you playing that game, and then the car flipped over because you exited it, and then you rage quit the
That-
game forever.
That's not forever. I went back eventually, but like that's the
came
first
back
time
the
that's
next
happened.
day.
That's the first time. Yeah, that's the first time it's happened ever. I think that's a what in like. Let me here. You're gonna hear some clickage. Let me go to my Steam real quick and
Oh
just
boy,
go
I can't
check
wait.
how many
He rage quit
hours.
the game because
Yeah,
he tried to
I just
exit
yeah,
the car and then flipped
I'll
over.
afford because I didn't want to because the game permanently autosaves most of the time, and like no, it doesn't permanently autosave. It's like it has very harsh saving, where the like if like you can roll back if you fuck up, and basically if you don't, getting that car to flip back over right side was way too much work. So
I
I
think
turned the
it's-
game off.
Well, I think it's really
You
funny because it's like
panicked.
how
I have 180
you,
hours
like-
in that game.
you like went and got your
Jesus.
car inspected, and like the minute you pulled out of the inspection lot, you were waiting for something to open. So you just got drunk at a corner store, did like your inspection, and then like you got in your car and you flipped over.
I thought you
and
said the car got
instantly died.
infected,
Yeah.
and I was so confused.
it was
and
pretty
all I
rough.
can think about right now is Lightning McQueen with an STI.
What?
You're
God.
welcome.
You're,
True.
okay, well, it was nice having Gray on the
My,
podcast while it lasted.
My
Um,
tailpipe's leaking.
You know,
oil.
I wanted to go down swinging, so I
what
accept
did
this.
you just say, Lilith?
What did
my
Lilith just say?
tailpipe is leaking oil.
You gotta stop. You gotta
did Lilith
stop.
say?
You need
Not
to
only
stop.
is
Actually, no,
Lily
go
not
further.
going to appear
It'll
on
be
the
funny.
podcast again, I'm also kicking her out of our house.
Oh, alright.
Yeah, well, you know, it's nice knowing you guys.
It's nice knowing
Little
you.
known YouTube
But
podcast
emotionally
star
with you
Lilith
apart.
becomes homeless after making joke on the podcast.
I didn't even hear it. What was it?
I made a joke because you said Lightning McQueen getting an STI. So I said, my tailpipe is leaking oil. Doc, please. Doc, can you help me?
Doc cannot help.
Lightning McQueen gets a prostate exam.
You need to.
Wait, Wait, hold on, AJ.
What?
Do the cars
What
have-
more
do the
could you
cars have
possibly
internal
want
organs?
from me?
Hear me out.
No.
Please. Okay. So you know how there's like games online of like Rapunzel giving birth or whatever?
Oh, like bad Flash games?
Do you think there's
No.
a Flash game of Lightning McQueen getting a
Give me.
No,
I don't
think
know,
so. I
but
don't
I'm
think
gonna
so.
look it up right now.
There's probably
look
one
it
of
up.
maybe Lightning McQueen getting like a dentist visit and all of
There's
his teeth are
ones of
yellow
him
and full
getting-
of worms.
Yeah, there's definitely
Oh.
ones of him getting like. The first result that it gave me when I typed in Lightning McQueen is Crocs.
I'm looking up Lightning McQueen Flash games. I want to see if I can find anything cursed.
It's not hard. That's not a
you probably
difficult
shouldn't.
task.
It's probably not something to do while we're recording a
It's,
podcast.
yeah, it's probably you can do that on your own time
while
if
they
you
do
wish.
that,
Just
I would like to
sink deep
discuss-
into the horrible depths of Flash games.
This is
Do you
a great
think
time to
Mater
bring
has
up
syphilis?
Oh.
that this is
Do you think
exactly
Mater
what I
has
want to do
syphilis?
for my Friday streams.
Oh, bad Flash games?
I want to do bad games, period, because I derive such a enjoyment from playing horrible games. But what I enjoy even more than just playing horrible games is subjecting other people to them. Also,
Yeah, that's probably,
Then
yeah.
here's your first task. It's finding the Lightning McQueen prostate exam Flash
I don't
game.
think it would be
Disney
a prostate
No, that's the
exam.
Holy Grail. That's when
That's the
when
Holy
AJ
Grail.
when Ares finds that fucked up. When Ares finds it,
Cars 2.
that's
Drive-
the end. You stop the series. You can't do bad
You
games anymore
stop.
once you find the
YouTube
Lightning
stops.
McQueen prostate exam Flash game.
YouTube just stops.
You
Okay.
have to
Goes
turn it
offline
off.
forever.
I know one of the
If
first.
anyone in the future in the future is making Flash games hears this, please, you know what to do.
God.
Yeah, the very viable future of Flash games.
Listen,
Yes.
you know how people program like NES cartridges in the modern day?
Yeah.
To, like,
Yeah.
do things like play like the first Resident Evil game in first person on an NES cartridge.
We should do
insane.
that with Lightning McQueen
Do
prostate
that with Lightning
exam.
McQueen prostate exam.
I'm
This
looking
real-
at.
2025,
hate this.
I'm looking at.
2025 Flash has been like.
I
out
truly
of
despise
market, it
Lightning
doesn't
McQueen
exist
prostate
anymore.
exam.
Okay,
And someone's
so.
like, man, this
This is
podcast
great.
talking about Lightning McQueen
Alright,
prostate
Alright,
exam.
alright. So I've googled like Lightning McQueen Flash games, and one of these thumbnails is just straight up looks like it's a mod of Happy Wheels.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's Flash
It's making me
games.
curious enough to want to click it to see if I.
Well,
if I
don't
ram
do
Lightning
that.
McQueen.
Don't do it.
Don't
It's
do
making
that.
Me, no.
Don't
it's making
do
me curious
that.
enough. It's making me curious enough to wonder if I click on this and then ram Lightning McQueen
Will it
into
lead
an
you
obstacle,
toward
will
it?
he explode into a bunch of bloody chunks?
Just
If
into
he
Viscera and
explodes into a
Gibbs.
bunch of bloody
Yeah.
chunks, one of those chunks
Well,
will be
here,
his prostate, and then
maybe
we
you
can
can
examine it.
Maybe you can save that for a Let's Play episode.
Yeah, that's your first solo
AJ,
project is
here you
just
go.
deep diving.
My
Dive
first
into
game that I ever
Lightning
make
McQueen Flash games.
is going to
Scary.
be Lightning McQueen prostate exam. That's going to be my
It's
first
gonna
game.
end my. It's going to end my bad game series and launch off your Let's Play.
Hell yeah.
Mhm, yeah.
Exactly.
The torch is- the baton is passed.
Listen, it's going to end your bad game series because it's going to be such a good game.
Oh.
Fair
enough. Ill.
I see
That-
where
there you go.
you're going here.
A lot of
Are you
mechanics
saying
in Lightning McQueen prostate exam.
It's
Are you
a,
saying
the
you
the
have
first
no
ever
idea?
strand
Lightning McQueen
type
prostate
game.
exam?
Listen, I got a lot going on up here in my noggin.
Surgeon Simulator DLC, Lightning McQueen prostate exam.
It adds
Stop talking
RPG
about Lightning
elements.
McQueen prostate exam.
I've been saying that for the past 3 minutes, Lilith. They won't stop. They won't stop.
The Surgeon Simulator Lightning McQueen prostate exam DLC adds RPG elements.
It is $60 and it is a top seller
Okay, listen.
on Steam.
Subject change. I have another bad take.
Agree.
It sells
Okay,
more.
go for it. Go for it. Go 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 go.
Here's my bad take. It's genuinely my opinion, but no one else seems to agree. Figs are good.
I just don't like the
figs?
texture.
I think
Isn't that
fine.
just wasps?
I like
I don't want
figs.
to talk about figs. I want to talk about Lightning McQueen. prostate.
No, we're
We're
not
not
talking.
doing
We're not
this.
going to talk
Why are
about
we
it.
talking
We're
about
not
figs?
going to backtrack. We've
I'm
already gone
eating
too
figs.
far.
Is there
Lilith
anything else you feel like they
Lilith
can
is-
add to the experience of shoving your hand up Lightning McQueen's asshole?
Yeah,
I
you
guess
go so
figs.
far. You go
I
so
guess
far in
figs are gonna
personally
be in
that
the
you
game.
die because you keep bringing it up.
All right, I have a question.
If you
Hands in a
100 the
dildo.
game, you get to
Topics.
kill me. You legally get to kill me if you 100 the game.
I have a question that I
Very.
divert topics because it comes up so often in our household. I'm not like a
Yeah?
picky eater, but there's certain food textures that I can't stand, and figs is one of them.
Okay.
Why do you hate figs
Gritty.
so much?
The texture's just really weird.
They're mealy.
Yeah, I don't like mealy
They are
food. It's the same
mealy.
reason I don't like guavas.
Didn't Jesus
don't like
Jesus have beef with a
guavas?
fig tree?
Why do you like
Didn't Jesus
guava?
have beef?
I don't know.
The texture, it's not the flavor that Aries doesn't like. It's the way that it feels in their mouth.
I love this riveting content. I love this
I
riveting
like it a
fruit
lot more than the
discourse.
past topic. A lot.
Really?
I was trying.
Yes.
I think
I was
the
trying to
past
ask if you
topic was
guys
more
had
Because I think the
interest.
horse has been beat so dead that it's been pulverized into a fine powder.
Oh yes,
But-
and we've moved
Alright,
on to the
So
fruit
if Aries
stand.
eats Lightning McQueen's
Shut
No.
the fuck up!
No.
Banning you from future podcasts. You're
Here's
That's
out
fair.
of the channel.
Let's
worth it.
I'm trying to think.
The
Worth
one
it.
time Gray and Moke get along is over this fucking
McQueen
Lightning
prostate
McQueen
exam.
prostate exam.
And how they just can't put it down. Obsessed with it.
I'll put it down when you find something better to replace it, and fig discourse is not it.
Yeah.
Hey, so
Okay,
have you guys seen any movies lately?
No. Actually, yes, I saw The Lighthouse.
Really?
What
Yeah, I saw
fucking
The Lighthouse with Tyler and another one of our friends, and it was a very good time because we lost our minds. It was probably the best movie I've seen
What's the
in a
Lighthouse?
long time. It's
This is not
Robert
as good.
Pattinson and Willem Dafoe play old ass lighthouse keepers, and they're stranded on a lighthouse for a very long time, and it deals with
Right.
isolation and them going crazy. It's a great
So-
movie.
That's just
What,
the
like, what's like the
quarantine.
central plot though?
That's just the quarantine.
The central plot is that Willem Dafoe needs a new lighthouse keeper partner because the other one went insane apparently. And Robert Pattinson shows up and he's just this dude with a mysterious name and he's just trying to be brooding and like mysterious to this old sea salt captain dude, and it's about their relationship trying to survive on this isolated cold wet rock with a loud, scary old lighthouse because it's like the 1800s.
I have a question.
Largely depends on what
Do
the
you think-
question is if I'm gonna answer it.
That's
the question?
yeah. You know what? Yeah.
Okay,
What?
it's not about Lightning McQueen, but it's Lightning McQueen adjacent.
Now you can't say that. No.
You haven't heard the question.
I veto.
You haven't
I
heard.
veto.
You
It can't be a
haven't heard the
no.
question.
I've moved
No.
on to a new subject.
Okay, so listen. No. This is good. This does
doubt.
not involve
I'm
rectal
hitting
examinations.
okay.
I promise.
Doubt.
I
This
think
is your
promise.
this is your one chance.
Okay,
Fucking riveting content.
thank you for having a little bit of faith in me.
I have the smallest amount, but please go.
Okay, so you know how race car beds are a thing?
Yes.
I'm stopping this
Do you think
here.
that's still?
I'm following. No. They
I'm
got their
following.
one chance, so I'm following. Race car bed. Continue.
Do you think that's just like if you had like a human, like just a giant human bed, human-shaped
How-
bed in this world?
Uh-huh.
If they had race car beds in that world?
That's enough.
Okay. Well,
Listen,
I'm thinking about it. I don't like it.
Think about
Moving
it.
on.
don't.
I thought about it.
Okay.
I had the thought and I didn't
listen.
like
No
it.
human
We
shaped
moved on.
beds exist.
I feel like
I
if
was
you had
talking
a
about the
human-shaped
lighthouse.
bed-
Why'd you bring that up,
I
Greg?
feel like
don't
if you
wanna
had
talk
a
about the
human-shaped bed,
lighthouse.
like the human would have to like sort of
We
be
could
in a
have
crab
we
walk
could have had
position.
so many topics branched from the lighthouse. Like, what would you guys do in this scenario if you were trapped in a lighthouse?
I would do
So, hey,
exactly what I'm
Alex.
doing right now. I'd start a podcast and get wine drunk on it.
So, hey Alex, I once saw a video by Cody from Alternate History Hub, I think, or you know the guy that does like the videos about what if like the Civil War didn't happen or something like that.
Yep.
So he did a video. He's kind of just like given up on like his theme and is just shit posting on his channel now.
Mm-hmm.
He did a video about how The Lighthouse is the sequel to the Misadventures of Flapjack.
That's very funny. I like that
Very
a lot.
funny.
The what?
The plot.
You know the Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack?
if you followed the plot,
Oh my god,
it doesn't make
Flapjack.
any sense, but that's very funny.
Oh
That's very
god.
funny. I like that a lot.
Well, so what he did is he described the lighthouse, but only in context of it being Flapjack.
Okay.
Okay.
He did not at all acknowledge any of the actual plot of the lighthouse.
Okay, that's very good. I like that a lot.
Okay. Because this is going to be on YouTube, let's start some drama.
Okay.
We're name checking.
We're name dropping. I want to name drop Matt Pat.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
Name drop
Matt,
someone that is
Oh,
not related to us.
oh, this wasn't a joke. This was real, huh? This
No,
was a
I
real
wanted to-
one.
No, this is a joke. It's a joke, but real.
Okay. Okay. Well, those two things contradict each other, great. So I'm gonna need you to elaborate.
Things can be a real joke. Listen,
Okay.
listen.
Things
Please.
I feel like if there was... I didn't think that it would be an archetype of entertainment to have someone somehow always relate back to Five Nights at Freddy's, but I feel like if anyone could relate the lighthouse to Five Nights at Freddy's, it would be him.
That's
I feel like
extreme.
that's not
You know what?
even a
That's
joke.
fair.
Yeah.
Did you know that Cranky Kong would die from coronavirus?
That's crazy.
Is that a new one?
He's dead.
Is that a new one?
What do you mean?
He's
Is that
dead.
A new one?
It's
Is
on
that a new
Game
map
Theory.
habit? Is that? Oh yeah. Okay, so it is.
That's
he
the
made
that's
it,
the
yeah.
one he released. The one that's like who
Oh,
would survive coronavirus.
I
The
forgot it.
video
I
is
forgot. It's been.
Just Cranky Kong dies.
I only saw the thumbnail and went, oh,
And
then
there's
moved on with
Cranky.
my life.
Dead.
I didn't watch it either. I just know how it ends.
Anytime I see a game theory thumbnail, that is my I vocalize, oh, and then I move on. Like
I
that's
think on my I think I've purposefully like banned game theory from my homepage.
I like.
Y'all
I
get
just
game
like
theory
Oh,
I
suggestions?
used
speaking
to
of
watch
video
it when
game
it was like about
characters.
like
Used to.
scientific theory and like math, but now it's like it's no longer theory in the scientific or mathematic sense. Its theory is in like a crazed the moon is flat and we revolve or like the sun revolves around us like theory.
He's gone
The
from like
the
a
hollow moon theory.
He's gone from like a NASA show to Ancient Aliens.
Yes.
Oh god.
Yes.
Speaking of video games,
Oh.
AJ, have you gone on the date with Prince Sidon yet?
I did ride him thoroughly in the game. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
that's exactly what happened.
Finally.
That is
It's what
exactly
he
what happened.
deserves.
That's why I made the joke.
There he describes it. Yeah, spot on.
You ride him for like 20 minutes.
They're good
Damn.
20 minutes. Yeah,
Like, Link got them thighs.
Got
He's
endurance.
that
Got them
endurance.
power bottom
Yeah.
thighs.
You got the
Power bottom
you went
thighs.
to a bunch of shrines and got a bunch of the stamina vessels.
Exactly.
He got a bunch of the stamina vessels because he needed to ride Prince Sidon.
Okay, here's
you know what?
here's
I
a hot
admire
take.
the
Here's a hot
hustle.
take.
Oh.
I've been playing Breath of the Wild in like I think there's hero mode. That's the one I'm playing in. There's like an optional version that's harder or whatever, and I've
Yeah.
decided to play that on my Switch playthrough of Breath of the Wild. And the hot take, go stamina over heart containers any day of the week until it's full.
Absolutely.
That's the take, baby.
Is that a hot take?
I don't know if that's
That's
hot
not a
or
hot
not.
take.
It might be the lukewarm take.
It's
I don't know
a,
what
it's
I
a
thought
fairly
you were gonna say
lukewarm
something like-
take because I got up to like 5 heart containers and now I'm just going ham on stamina.
Let me tell
I
you,
thought
hero
that
mode
you were
is
going
not a
to
joke.
say. Oh boy.
It's because at 5 hearts, just about anything can one-shot you to death. It's really
I'm-
strong.
One of these days, I'm gonna play Fire Emblem Three Houses on like the hardest difficulty with permadeath.
Oh
on it.
boy. Oh, okay. You know what? No. I want to call
Oh.
Lilith out right now for how she played Three Houses.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh my
You
god!
played it-
Don't bring this up.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm gonna bring it up because I'm mad.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
I didn't.
You didn't recruit anybody.
I didn't
You
know.
didn't even try. Okay. No. For those who don't know, if you play as Girl Bailiff, you can recruit Sylvain for free because he's a hoe.
Oh.
Yeah.
So basically, you always get Sylvain.
I didn't
At
know
least
I only
one
cared
free
about
recruit.
Mercedes
You
or
didn't
not.
even try. You didn't even try. I was like,
You're
wow,
right,
you
I
finished
didn't.
it really fast.
I was playing it on the easiest difficulty on
Yeah, you
not
can still
permadeath.
get. You can. Oh, what does that change?
It means that I have no reason to. I have
You
no
have the
stakes in the matter.
story. You listen. First of all, I saw you like the comic about Sylvain and
Oh,
his,
I
his
sure did.
Pringle.
I have Sylvain in my current playthrough.
I saw. No. Before we start this recording,
Oh my god. You're gonna bring
Lily
up how I
was logged into the
accidentally
Twitter
liked
account.
something on the FableFew Twitter
Yeah.
account.
And it was
I'm never gonna get
Sylvain
X to say on the
wearing
podcast.
sexy Pringle socks.
I'm never
I
letting
feel
you
like
go.
I'm adding our editors so they can put that into the podcast.
Put the
Listen, I once
screenshots
accidentally
of
tweeted.
Yeah.
I once accidentally tweeted on one of Aries' tweets. I replied on the FableFew account. Aries didn't see it.
I did see it, you fucker.
You fucker.
I just didn't bring it up because I figured it was a mistake,
How
but
is
now we're
that a
exposing you,
there's
so I
screenshot
can't
that
bring it up.
exists.
Okay, so
I put on
I
the sexy
replied to
Pringle
one of their
socks to
tweets.
seduce you.
It was funny because I liked the way that fucking Dimitri was looking in the fourth panel. But like, listen, I tweeted at Aries on one of their tweets. I replied to them on the FableFew account by accident. They were tweeting something about like how
I said how
Air-
there was, because we're in a fucking pandemic, every other post on my feed on any social media is about how so-and-so has died, or it'll be like, there was this really cute story about how someone had accidentally texted someone and they became best friends over it. And they, like,
Did you hear?
about, they Thanksgiving together every, year. But then, like, the response is like, oh, one of them died to coronavirus, so now your life sucks. And I was like, you're right. Now I'm sad. So I had seen that for like the 6th time in one day. It was like every other post was about how someone had died to coronavirus, tacked on to a really sweet story. And
Did you hear? By the Fire Emblem died from coronavirus?
absolutely.
Did you
Let
hear
Aries
Violet
tell his
Fire?
story.
Did you hear Sylvain Fire Emblem died of corona?
let Aries tell their story.
So
Did you
I
hear?
had just tweeted saying that I was like, I wish people would not I wish people wouldn't like tag sad stuff and then make people like guilt trip them if they decide not to reblog it or retweet it or whatever different social media thing.
Reblog.
Well,
We know what area you're from.
I'm specifically referencing a post from Tumblr. Yeah, you can't make really long posts on Twitter.
Thank God.
Thank
Listen,
God.
people do so
Honest.
much harm with so little characters. They don't need more.
Listen. Anyway,
The 270 characters was the worst mistake Twitter ever made.
so all I was saying was that I was sad because people kept fucking writing things and then attacking on us all like, actually this is a sad story because one of them's dead. I was like, yeah, everyone dies eventually. Doesn't mean you need to come onto my posts that I was all happy about and be all like, actually you should be sad now.
People like there's a misery machine on the internet these days.
Yeah.
Always
It
has
always
been.
is. What do you have? You got what does the internet do? It gives you
Anyway,
flash games, clowns, and sadness. Porn.
I do like
That's the clowns.
Aries, that's not the tweet I was referring to.
What tweet were you referring
That's-
to?
Cecilia, don't put
I
your head
was
on that.
referring to your tweet while you were watching How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh, I didn't see that I
I
had.
had initially
Oh
I
my
had
God.
initially typed out a very long
I s-
thing about how you had mentioned how the connection between Hiccup and Toothless, when they like view each other in their eyes, is like a dangerous animal, wanting to connect with it.
I don't
I
know why
originally-
you. I don't know why you said that.
Originally, I had typed out a very long post explaining that it's very similar to the dynamic of enemies to lovers.
No, I saw
because of
that.
connection. And then I realized I had tweeted on the FableFew Twitter account. I deleted it, and then I just replied to Aries' tweet on my personal account. I just said enemies to lovers.
Please
Yeah,
do
just real
not
quick.
talk about
Real
Teardrop.
fast, real
No,
fast.
Enemies to
no
love-
matter what,
No.
I would have threatened to block you, regardless if it was FableFew or not. I would have roasted
You
way
should have
harder
blocked
if
her.
I was able to reply to the original tweet.
I love the way this cake is cut.
If anyone
What
ever brings
is
up
wrong
Tooth Cup
with
to
you?
me or implies Tooth Cup near me,
Tooth
I
cup, tooth cup,
will
cup.
go so feral that there will be nothing left to find. No
Do you
bodies
think
left
that
to
Tooth-
bury.
Do you think that Tooth Cup is like what that guy Garbage Man from the Magnus Archives made after thrown away?
I I can't stand
up.
you. We said, Alex and I were talking, and we're like, we're not going to reference the Magnus Archives or any other podcast because it's
Did
just...
y'all say that?
Yes!
Yeah.
Because
Lilith,
it's just going
you
to make
are
this
one
podcast...
conversation away from becoming homeless.
Because unless
I
you've
don't know
listened,
you.
because unless you've listened to that medium, you're just like, what the fuck did
If
Lilith
we
just
only
say?
talk
Lily-
about the Magnus
Lily is
Archives, this
speedrun
podcast
getting
is going to
canceled.
become so incomprehensible.
Lily is speedrunning getting canceled, and I love it.
All I gotta do
I
is say
love
the
it.
word.
Trailblazer.
We got the audio clips for the call
It's
out
not even
post
just
now.
that. Like, if Lilith makes Ares angry enough, then she's speed running becoming homeless.
Among other things,
Fucking
she'll become
tooth cup.
lifeless.
I have enough money to buy another home. Not buy one.
You can't
like,
buy
rent
one if you're fucking
Oh, then-
dead.
You can buy a hole in the
Buy
ground for
one
free.
for all of
Oh,
us,
you won't
then.
be homeless. You'll have a
Buy our
home
gamer
6
space.
feet under the ground.
Will not be a pretty funeral. It'll be closed casket.
So
Closed casket.
does I almost called him Cuphead. I almost called him
Cuphead and Toothless.
Oh, this brings back a wonderful memory of when, like, the first time I ever met Gray, and like Cuphead had just come out, and we were in a big call in my server. We were talking about Cuphead, and then like the first thing I knew about Gray is that Gray went deep diving looking for Cuphead porn on Tumblr.
He found it too, didn't he?
Yeah,
did.
I don't.
it was pretty
I
vile.
did.
I remember this
And
not
then you
in context
accused
of being
Ares.
in the server, but because immediately afterwards, I think Gray called me on my cell phone
I had to tell us about
tell
the
me
horrible,
that he had
horrible
needed
thing.
help finding Cuphead porn to torture his new
Assistance.
friends with.
Oh, you needed assistance. Oh, I see.
Why do
I
you
called
need
for
help
backup.
finding Cuphead porn?
Listen. I don't know
Wow.
about you all, but
Because
I
Cuphead
do
was new, by the way,
everything
Jordan.
with my full heart, and I gave the effort to torment you, so you should be flattered. You're not, but you
That's
should
right,
be.
Aries. You should be flattered.
You should be very flat. You
Also,
should be
I
very
love-
happy.
I
You
love
should be
how
you should be
afterward-
thankful, even grateful. You should
Grateful.
I love how, like, a year later,
I-
you also accused Ares of being the one who sent it,
Yeah,
even though they
yeah.
weren't even in the chat, and I just went with it.
be. Yeah, Gray just
Speaking of which,
just gaslit
Aries.
us.
Gaslit us and put me on
Aries.
trial over it. There was a whole
Aries.
thing where I just got yelled at for like 20 minutes in this server, and I was like,
The-
I wasn't even
The
here
reason,
yet.
the reason Gray doesn't want anyone or themselves to play Danganronpa is they realize that they would be the ultimate killer. They would be so devious.
Hey, listen.
Aries.
Listen.
What?
Can you help me find clown porn? I'm having trouble.
You have clown porn on
You
your own.
create
You make
clown
it.
porn. You are the
You
fountain
are
of youth
clown
of clown porn.
You're in, what's it called? You are the sustainable source of clown porn. It's you. You are the renewable source of clown porn.
Clown porn is a renewable source and will survive longer than
Yeah,
zombies.
it is a not scarce. It's the opposite of scarce. It's bountiful.
It's overabundant.
Mm-hmm.
I
Overabundant.
wouldn't say it's overabundant compared
It's
to
all.
like,
It's gonna be.
other
It's gonna get to the
forms.
point to where it's gonna get to the point with like invasive species where there's just gonna be like, all right, it's on the culling list. You can take out as
You
much of it as you
hear-
like.
you're
You
a
can kill
honk.
as much
You hear-
clown porn as you want.
We
You
all
hear the
float
distant
down
sound
here.
of a honk and a moan, and then a shotgun loading.
You hear it's the honka honka noise and then the gun cocking.
honk, honk, honk.
Honka burning up.
Hey,
It's the bear trap clapping down.
hey, hey,
The
Lilith.
sound of a guillotine.
Yes, Mo.
Are you a shower?
Am I a what?
Are you a shower?
I don't like this. I don't trust like
Why?
Let
that.
her speak.
Because I want
What?
to slip inside you and cry uncontrollably.
Well, I thought,
Hey, listen.
for one, that it was
Wow.
going to be a completely different kind of show.
How?
I like that joke.
I don't.
Of course you do. You're
Listen,
thirsty.
I'm all for it. Let me slut it up.
Fucking Libra ass motherfucker.
Lily,
fucking
listen,
Libra.
listen.
Don't say that on the internet.
Lily.
I need our fan base to know I'm the slutty one.
Okay.
Okay, first of all, I'm the slutty one. I didn't even tell
Slut
my
fight,
Now,
the
slut
story
now
of
hold
how I got
on.
my
slut
Switch.
Now it's
Slut
gonna
fight.
be a competition, huh?
It's getting
We're
weird.
fighting for this
Competition of
title.
the slutty.
Okay.
We're gonna fight for this
I
title.
don't. First
Yeah.
of all,
Slut
Okay.
fight.
we're nearing the end of the episode, so I think I
We're
need to
nearing the
save
end
it
of
for
the
the next
podcast.
one about how I got my Switch.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
This is why he was
Oh yeah,
invited
this is a pretty
on.
good. This is pretty good evidence.
This is a good story.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, I was gonna beg you to have standards, Lily.
You are
At least-
not one to talk
You-
about standards.
Why don't you tell us about how you got your Switch
What?
standards,
Oh,
boy?
I got a Switch out of it. What are you getting out of it?
What did you do?
Tears?
What did you do?
You gonna get cried on?
What did you do to get the Switch?
Okay, listen.
Tell us.
Okay,
We're-
fine.
we're
This is
listening.
running long. Okay, listen. So I visited my friend up in Jersey, and she's a little bit cuckoo, and I love her dearly. And her roommate is this dude who thinks I'm hot. Don't know why.
I can't know why.
It's
Fucking-
probably because you're hot.
Anyway, so we were having sangrias and stuff, and like his boyfriend came over, and we were joking around, and he's like, "I'll pay you $10 to." No. He was like, I was like, "Listen, if you pay me $10, I'll step on you." He immediately hands me $10,
Yeah, right.
Uh-huh.
and then the
God,
next
it's
night, and I earned $10. The next night, his
Uh-huh.
boyfriend comes over, and I was like, "It's like how much?" It was like joking, but half joking, and I also started half joking because I wanted the fucking money. And it's like, "How much do I have to pay for you to slap me?" And I was like, $14. I don't know why I said 14. I said 14.
Pretty specific amount.
That's a pretty.
I don't know. It just rolled off the tongue. So I fully backhanded him.
Oh
this led
shit!
to get your money's worth. Listen, it was a full 180 hand arc, backhand,
And he liked it.
and he liked it. And then his boyfriend was
Huh.
like, "Hey, can you like step on me?" And I was like, "Sure." So now I have two simps, and one of them.
Congratulations.
Thank you. They are a resource, truly. And I was like upset because I was like, I was playing Chrissy's Switch, and I was like, Chrissy's my friend that I was visiting, and I was like, yeah, I'm sad because like I won't be able to like play this game once I go back because I don't have a Switch. And my friend, he was like, my one friend's boyfriend, who's also my friend, my sim, he was like, oh, I have two Switches, and I was like, really?
Really?
I was
Really?
like, oh my gosh, really? You do? Like, twirled my fucking hair.
You're like a fucking wolf in sheep's clothing.
I could have told any of you that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you did.
And I
Okay.
probably have, because, God, you were just
So
like
And-
this.
So
I
what did
just
you do
like
to
this.
get the Switch? Did you just step on it again?
No. I did step on him. I got some money out of that one.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, it's like, I'll buy it off of you. How much do I owe? And he's like, listen, just take it. Just step on me a
Just
couple of
take
times, and it's yours. And I'm like, deal. And now, you know what? Listen to this. Fucking get paid. Stop
Like,
loading.
I like
See,
that your
be-
mic doesn't pick up the Switch at all. I just heard a single click of
loading.
the thing.
Because
It's still
of this,
Hold
he has
on.
found his calling.
Ah!
That's the Pokemon starting noise. That's the Pokemon
Yeah, he
intro.
gave me. Not only did I get the game, he put a Pokemon cartridge in it.
Wow.
Simp,
Absolute simp.
get that
Wow.
money.
Because
I
Congratulations.
of
love how
this, he has
everyone
found
listening
his
to this is gonna
calling.
hate me.
As
And that's the end of the episode. So
that's the end.
that's our grand finale.
Wow.
Made sure to
I
save
can't
that
wait
for
to
the
be
last
called.
5
That was
minutes.
a pretty good time. We'll see you
Listen.
next. We'll see you next time
We'll
on
see
the
you
Few
next time.
Speak.
I can't wait for the hate comments. Mwah, love you all. Feel free to simp.
Bye.
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 Goodbye.